Welcome at this online course on how to publish your academic paper from the Online PhD Academy by Dr. Tonke. Okay, so let me first start with the 3 whys. Why would you like to publish your paper? Why would you want to publish your paper in an academic journal? And why would you want to follow this course with me? So why publishing your paper at all? Well, most probably, after all this hard work in your PhD, you probably want to make people read your research, right? And by publishing your research, you can make sure people are going to read your research. People can find your research so they can start collaborations with you. They can build further upon your results and they can get to know you, which is very handy as well, of course. Then another reason why publishing your research is that it is often a prerequisite for getting your PhD title. And as most of you who are following this course are doing a PhD, this is quite an important one as well. Then the second why would you want to publish in an academic journal and why not just publish it out in the open on the internet? Well, the main reason for that is that an academic journal is kind of a quality measure for your paper because it has this so-called peer review process, which means that other peers from your academic field are going to review your paper before it gets published. And why would you want to follow this course with me? Well, I'm Tonke. I'm a medical engineer and I got my PhD title in 2019 from Delft University of Technology, which means I'm a scientist myself. So I know you, I feel you, and I think I can help you with making this process a whole lot easier because I know that publication can be difficult. I had my first paper as well, and with this online course, I know I can help you not making the same mistakes, making this process a lot more smoother, and therefore you will also save time because you don't have to find out everything on your own. I think a PhD is difficult enough in itself. So please make the processes that we can make easier a little bit more easy for you. Okay, so what's this course in detail? Well, it will be 5 weekly webinars, and the first one is on journal selection. So what type of journal do you have to choose? Where can you find a list of all these different journals? Do you have to pick the highest one in ranking or maybe not? And what are all these metrics about? This is what we are going to cover in the first webinar. Then the second webinar is about submitting your paper. How do you have to do that? What types of submissions are there? Can you also incorporate the cover letter to the editor? What do you have to write? What do you have to include and what not? So there's also several templates of cover letters to the editors. Then the third webinar is about the reaction of the journal. That's super exciting. So then you will get your feedback from the journal. Maybe your manuscript is rejected, but maybe it is accepted, for example, with minor revisions. So what are all these different answers from the journal and what do you have to do with it? Then the fourth webinar is about writing a rebuttal. Usually you will get feedback from the peer reviewers and you have to answer their questions and comments, feedback in detail. And this is what this webinar is all about. So I will show you rebuttals from several academic fields so you know how you can answer these peer reviewers. Then the last webinar is about published and now what? Of course, this is only a start when your paper gets published, because you want people to read your paper. So what can you do to make people read your paper? Then there's one bonus webinar on open access publishing, which is getting more and more attention over the last couple of years. And I think it's super important, open access. Then you will also get one live question and answer session with me. So you can ask all your questions you have left about publishing your paper. And you will get access to our online community with other PhD students or maybe master students who are going to publish their first paper. After this course, you will know all details about the academic publication process. You will leave with many templates and examples, and you know what steps to take to get your paper published. Well, I think that sounds good, right? So let's get started and let's make sure you will get your paper published.